We begin tonight with that breaking news out of Grand Blanc Township, where a mass shooting at a church has left at least 2 people dead and 8 others injured. The shooter is also dead. We've also learned the Grand Blanc schools will be closed tomorrow because of this tragedy.
And the shooting happened just before 10:30 a.m. this morning at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Police say 40-year-old Thomas Sanford from Burton rammed a vehicle into the front of the church, got out, and opened fire on the parishioners inside. Police also believe the suspect deliberately set fire to the church.
7 News Detroit anchor Mike Duffy is on the scene right now and has much more on this tragedy. Mike, just hard to believe this happened in this small community.
Incredibly hard to believe. Carolyn and Ruda, I'm about 300 yards right now from the Grand Blanc Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Let me show you right where it is. It's just at the top of that hill, beyond the tree line, right about where you can see that fire engine right there. That, of course, being an incredibly sad, somber scene, the site of another mass shooting in America. The pictures of the wreckage, the unspeakable loss being felt by this community tonight, and it is still so raw. So raw, in fact, that I can still smell the char in the air. I was with a couple who returned home after a long day of being kept away by police on the scene. And when they smelled it, they asked me if there was some sort of bonfire nearby. And that's when it occurred to them that it was the church that had burned down right behind their house. An incredibly sad, sad day. Now, we have Team 7 coverage for you tonight. Tara Braddock will have an update from Grand Blanc Police in just a moment. Darren Cunningham is at the alleged suspect's home. Randy Wimbley and Faraz Javed are near the scene of the shooting. But let's get right out to 7 News Detroit reporter Tara Braddock, who just got an update from Grand Blanc Police. Tara?
Now, police did give us an update on the conditions of those victims. Now, as we said before, 10 victims in total, and 7 are in stable condition, 1 in critical, and unfortunately, as we've been reporting, 2 are deceased. Now, this was a very short press conference, but we were able to learn the suspect's name. His name is Thomas Jacob Sanford, and he is from Burton. Now, he was killed by police at around 10:33 Sunday morning, not too long after the shooting happened at the church. Grand Blanc Township Police Chief William Rennie says there are some resources available to the community as they go through this tragic time. Hear what else he had to say.
At the Genesis Athletic Club in Grand Blanc for Monday and Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We will have services for the community. From Wednesday to Friday, those services will be available to our community at the Grand Blanc Senior Center.
Now, police are expected to have another update for us at 8 p.m. We know there's still so many questions circling out there, and we're hoping to get a little more information at that press conference. But again, just a sad and somber day out here in Grand Blanc Township. Reporting live from Grand Blanc Township, Tara Braddock, 7 News Detroit.
Tiara, so many questions remain tonight. Now let's get right out to 7 News Detroit reporter Faraz Javed, who talked to people who were inside the church at the time of the shooting. Faraz, what do we know?
Mike, this has been an absolutely horrific, tragic, heartbreaking day. I just want to show you the current status of the church first, as you can see right there. This is what's left behind of the church. I've been here since 11:30 this morning, and what you can see right now is just a fleet of cars over here which belong to investigators as the investigation continue. This car in particular, Mike, this belongs to 46-year-old Brian Taylor. Now, the reason why you see crime scene tape around it is because Brian Taylor was one of the parishioners at the church, and he saw the suspect ram into the church. Other survivors told me that the suspect rammed twice. Once Brian saw the suspect coming out with a gun, he ran to get his wife. He took 2 other parishioners, sat inside this vehicle, and tried to run when the suspect opened fire at this vehicle. Have a listen on how he describes the horrific incident.
What happened?
So we were driving away. We were trying to gather as many people as we could. There was a couple of elderly ladies that we were trying to get into safety, so we got them into our car. I saw the active shooter come out of the building, and at that point I just started trying to drive away. He pointed his gun at our car and fired 3 shots. 2 of them went through our windshield and just missed me, and luckily everybody else. I think this is just glass shrapnel that got me. And then we got out, and then now we're just trying to kind of find out why and how and what happened.
How are you right now?
Shocked. I think I'm just sad. I'm worried about people that we attended church with, that we don't know the status of them. I think it's just confused, I guess, right now is probably what I'd say. You know, you see this kind of stuff all the time, and you just think, I guess it could happen, but no, not really. It makes no sense. It never will make sense why this kind of thing happens. As soon as we found out that he slammed into the building on purpose, I was pretty sure that then he might come out with guns drawn, and so we started running. I gathered as many people as we could, and I was driving out of the parking lot to safety when he started shooting at us.
Now, Mike, obviously, this is the vehicle of 46-year-old Brian Taylor, one of the parishioners, one of the survivors of this horrific mass shooting that took place here at Grand Blanc. Now, he's just one of the many survivors I got a chance to speak to. I did also get a chance to speak to a mother of 5 who she had just exited the church to get something from the car, and she saw the suspect ram his vehicle into the church. That's when when she says that he saw the suspect coming out of the car with the gun and with the dog and opened fire. When we come back, we're going to hear from another survivor about how she just wanted to survive and talk to her loved one and say that she's all right. For now, Mike, it's back to you.
For us, it's going to take a long time for a lot of these people to get over what they witnessed, and of course, a lot of people asking how this could possibly happen in their community. Let's get right to 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham. He is at the alleged suspect's home in Burton. So Darren, what can you tell us tonight?
Yes, Mike, any moment now, investigators are expected to make their way into the suspected shooter's home here in Burton. We're on Atherton Road, about 300 feet from Thomas Jacob Sanford's property. It's on the right. It would be to the right of your screen, on the right side of the road. It sits back, and so it's not visible from our vantage point. This is the closest we've been able to get to the action here outside of the perimeter. The Michigan State Police Bomb Squad is here preparing. They've got an armored Bearcat and also an armored Caterpillar on scene, both outfitted with battering rams on the front. And there's also a robot ready to go, ready to make its way inside. We've seen a drone in use. They've had it up in the air surveying this property here. Now, according to public records, Sanford has lived in this home for at least 9 years. We're still working to learn more about him, but I spoke with a gentleman who says he's met the suspect. He described him as an outdoorsman and an Iraq War veteran. And so, as you can tell here on scene with the bomb squad and all the law enforcement that's here and the time that it has taken for them to eventually make their way into Sanford's home, they are taking every precaution they can because of those IEDs found at the scene. And so we will remain out here and will continue to talk with neighbors and anyone who comes to the scene who has an interest in this case or who may know the suspects. I'll send it back to you, Mike.
All right, thank you so much, Darren. Of course, we're just in the initial stages of this investigation. Let's get to 7 News Detroit reporter Randy Wimbley live on the scene. Randy, tell us what you see.
Yeah, guys, we're at another staging area of sorts for this awful attack on the Mormon church here in Grand Blanc. I want to have you take a look at what I can see from this vantage point. I'm about 600 feet away from the church building. As you guys mentioned, authorities have identified the shooter in this attack as Thomas Sanford, said to be a Marine, Iraq War veteran. He's also believed, as mentioned earlier, to have started the fire here at the church as well. As mentioned earlier, at least 3 people are dead, including Sanford, shot and killed by responding officers. More are believed to have been trapped inside the church during the fire and may very well have died in the blaze. Several people injured. to have rammed this pickup truck through the front entrance of the church building, got out and began firing several hours later. As you guys can see, still very much an active scene here. A lot of confusion, frustration, and just anger from people in this local community. Also, several first responders, neighboring police agencies, fire departments here to lend a hand, that mutual aid and support amongst first responders to assist in this tragedy, in a particularly painful moment for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, when you consider the fact that the president of the Mormon Church died just last night, and then fast forward several hours later, this happens. So an incredibly sad moment, last 24 hours for the Mormon Church as they mourn the loss of their leader, and now this brutal attack on a local congregation. 2 people, at least 2 are dead, several others injured. The person said to be responsible, Thomas Sanford, shot and killed by responding officers. We're going to be here for the rest of the day. As long as when we get more information, we'll pass it along to you. For now, we're live in Grand Blanc. Randy,
All right, Randy, so many people still trying to figure out just why all this tragedy took place, this unnecessary loss of life. Now, we know many people were trapped in that burning church and separated from their loved ones in that chaos. If you are searching for a family member, call the number on your screen, 248-705-7352. That number again is 248-705-7352. And for now, authorities ask that you only call if you are looking for a direct family member.